bring the members up. We got Yolo from On the Go with Yolo. How you doing this evening, ma'am?
I'm doing all right.
All right. Had to give you a cheer. I had to find the button. All right. We got TJ Destinations, our newest member of the team. Welcome, TJ. How's it going with you this evening?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
All right. It's still early where you are over there, right? Was it like 7:30?
7:30.
7:30. Wow. Okay. We got Daryl in the house, DT Cruiser. How you doing this evening, Daryl?
Doing good. How are you?
Doing good. All right. And we got the entertaining House of X.
Hey.
How are you all doing this evening?
We're doing fabulous. Okay, good. That part.
Good. You said, why you can't say fabulous?
Who?
You said don't say that part or that part?
No, I said that part.
That part. Okay, yeah, because y'all are fabulous. So I'm like, absolutely, come on now. All right, we got Love and Live show in the audience. Hey, Lenora and Elia, how y'all doing this evening? Thank you for being here. All right, Love and Live show popped in. Okay, so let's go on and get into this tasting. So today we are tasting Scotch. And as anyone knows, Scotch is a whiskey, but it's made in Scotland. So as usual with our tastings, what I normally do is I will go through what Scotch is, let you know a couple of fun facts about them. And then while we're actually sipping them, we'll actually go through each of them and I'll give you some details on the actual bottle itself. All right, so let's get this going on. 1 second. All right. Everyone see the screen? Just want to make sure everyone's good. Okay. All right. So what is Scotch, right? So it's basically a distilled alcoholic beverage. It's made in Scotland, basically from water, grain, and yeast, and it's the national drink of Scotland. It's actually aged a liquid in oak cask for at least 3 years. And the minimum alcohol content for Scotch is 40%, which is basically 80 proof. Some of the regions of Scotland are Speyside, Highlands, Lowlands. I always get this one wrong. Is it Eastleigh? I'm sorry, and I usually look it up before this because it always messes me up. Campbelltown, and are well known around the world. So those are the main regions for Scotch. And just so you know, these are the different regions and where they lay. So as we're talking about some of these and I explain which regions they come from, you can see and probably taste a little different. So usually in your northern regions, those usually, the grain is usually grown similar to each other versus the Islay and the Campbelltown and your lowlands down here, they may taste a little more peaty. So let's go ahead and get into the different types of Scotch. So you got your Scotch malt whiskey. It's made from malted barley using a batch of distillation process. There's a Scotch grain whiskey, which is made from wheat or maize, which is a small amount of malted barley. Single malt Scotch whiskey, which is distilled in a single distillery. And the flavor of Scotch can be influenced by the type of cask that is aged in, such as your ports or your sherry cask. The length of time that Scotch is mainly aged basically affects its flavor, just like any other spirit that you may try. So what's the difference between the two, right? Difference is Scotch is made exclusively in Scotland, must be aged for 3 years, while whiskey can be made anywhere in the world and has no minimum aging requirement. Additionally, Scotch tends to have a smokier flavor due to the use of peat during the malting process. And I'll tell you a little fun fact about peat. When I read about it, I was like, ooh, I don't know if I want to drink this anymore. But I'll let y'all know that later. And basically, the spelling is different when you're talking about whiskey with an E or whiskey with an Y. And the best way I always like to show people which one is which is if the place where the whiskey is from has an E in it, then you spell it with an E. If it does not, you just spell it with a Y. So you got Japanese whiskeys, Canadian whiskeys, and Scotch. So of course they don't have E's in those names, so it's just a Y. Where the other ones from the United States and Ireland, those have an E. So just to give you an idea of when you see the spelling, the only one that's a little different is Maker's Mark, and that's only because it's made in the U.S., but the original recipe and the family of where the family came from, they came from Scotland. So that is the only reason why you see Maker's Mark with a Y and not an E, but it's made in the United States. So some fun facts about the Scotch. So this is the peat part. Peat is a natural organic material that's formed from partially decomposed plant matter. It's found in wetlands such as bogs, swamps, and moors, and is used in a variety of commercial and agricultural applications. I'm sorry, but it just doesn't sound pretty good where it comes from. But I can honestly tell you that in a Scotch, I don't care really where it comes from. I may go for a minute, but it tastes very good. That's all I have to say about that. Scotland also has more than 20 million casks of maturing whiskey, which is almost 4 casks for every person in their country. And whiskey starts as a beer and is made from a natural mixture of grain, water, and yeast, which undergoes fermentation. So let's get into this tasting, and let me see who else is in the chat. Oh, we have another Whiskey Level member. Hey, Ronette, how are you? Thanks for joining us. I know you have your samples. If you're sampling, please make sure you just let us know how you're liking each of them as we go through them. Thanks for being here. All right, so let's get into your Lefroy. Okay, so that'll be the first one we're going to do. So Lefroy, it was founded in 1815 by Donald and Alexander Johnston. It's in the Islay region of Scotland. The distillery is actually owned by Suntory Holdings in Japan. Just so you know, so anyone who's familiar with Suntory in Japan, that's who actually owns this Lefroy. Okay. And Lefroy is I need my glasses, Gaelic name that translates to the beautiful hollow by a broad bay. Sounds very poetic to me. But it's basically a combination of whiskey matured in 4 different oak types, mainly ex-bourbon barrels, 19th century style quarter casks, Virgin American oak barrels, and European oak hogsheads. And it is a non-age statement release. So this one does not have an age to it. Okay, there's no age statement release. I'm pretty sure it has an age, but is not noted on the bottle or anywhere. Is the favorite of the Royal Highness, just so you know. So this is a brand that is loved by royalty over there, by the Prince of Wales, and even bears his royal warrant, which means time you see a royal warrant for whether it's a piece of clothing or a brand name or a spirit, it basically means that the king and queen and whoever on the royal court, this is what is their staple to use in terms of drinking. So it's almost like putting their brand on it. And it's home to the first female distillery manager, Bessie Williamson. So with that stated, let's go ahead and get into the actual tasting. So with Lefroy, what I noticed that with this one, of course, with most scotches, they're much lighter than your usual whiskeys. Okay, they're usually more yellow golden in color. And usually some people, instead of drinking it neat, sometimes they may put it over a little ice, and usually you can barely see it after a while. It almost looks like a tinted water, by the way. And in terms of the nose, it's smoky, but not as smoky as what I'm used to with a Scotch. What are you all's take on the nose of it?
I smell smoke.
Yeah. That's going to be the number one. I would say the foundation nose you're going to get with every Scotch that you smell.
Very strong. Yes, honey. Strong with a capital S, honey.
Yes, it's very woodsy.
Very much so. Very much so. But I can tell you, I've smelled some that are stronger, and some of the other ones we taste, you will smell it a little stronger, especially the Johnny Walker one. I actually like it. So the legs are not as it's not as heavy. So I wouldn't say this is heavy bodied. I say it's light. But let's go ahead and take it to our palate, shall we? Ooh, I smell smoke. It's pretty. It's smooth. It's warm. It went up through my nose. You know, the smoke always ends up going up through my nose.
It's very
sinus.
smoky.
But it's very smooth. Did anybody else have any other experience than smooth and smoky?
Not a lot of burn.
Yeah.
Like you said, the legs are long. And it's very smoky. I feel like it's been sitting out where if we were grilling.
Yeah, definitely.
You could taste the wood smell. You could taste the wood.
It kind of smells like that liquid smoke that you add
Yeah.
to barbecue.
Yeah. That's why I said
like,
it smells like you're sitting right there next to the grill.
Yeah, so that's what it tastes like. So it's like, okay, yeah, grill, but it's like, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I'm just not a fan.
Not a fan of this one?
Not a fan of this one.
What are your thoughts, Daryl?
It's just too smoky. That's literally all I'm tasting is the smoke.
Yes.
I'm usually not a fan of Scotch, but this
Okay.
one is like really over the top smoky.
Okay. Well, when you get to Johnny Walker, then you're probably definitely not gonna like that one.
I will say it's smooth. I don't get a lot of burn.
Yeah, now that I can say is
I don't get a lot of
actually
burn.
smooth. Yes, it is. Yes,
Correct.
it is.
No burn, no nothing, but yeah, it's
A little
like,
heat.
yeah.
Not a burn, but a little bit of residual heat, but not a burn.
Yeah.
You all right, Wonston?
Uh,
You all right?
I know, right?
I'm okay. It goes down smooth. That
Yeah, it doesn't have as much burn.
The smoky taste like you don't been high, honey, by the barbecue. Yeah, it went down smooth. You feel the smokiness, but it's the flavor for me.
It's the flavor. You don't like it?
In the middle. She cute. She's cute.
Okay.
Yeah, but I do like the smoothness of it.
Yeah, I actually like the smoothness. I would I could drink it. I can drink it neat. But I probably would prefer it maybe even if I didn't put ice, maybe put the bottle in the refrigerator and chill it. I just like my spirits outside of cognac and red wine to be chilled a little. So outside of putting it over ice, then if it's just sitting in the refrigerator chilling, I'm fine with that. So okay,
if somebody wanted to try it, I would say that this is a good one to try because there's not a lot of burn, although you would warn them about the smoke.
Yeah, definitely a starter Scotch.
Yeah,
definitely a starter Scotch. Now, just so you know, they do make different ones. I just put this up here just in case someone did like it. That there are other ones, and maybe this one might be a little too peaty for you, but maybe some of the other ones may not be so much, maybe a little less. But because this is a blended one with four different oaks, I would probably beg to differ that the other ones are probably just more stronger. The more when you start getting into your single malts and so forth, that's when your peaty taste begins to increase. So, okay. All right. That's let me see in the comments here. Hey Keisha, how are you? Good evening. Thank you for being here. All right. Rynette says she will. Keisha says hello, Tanya and everyone. Let me see. Cruz Valero, welcome in. Thank you for coming in. We're sipping Scotch. We got Nettie and JT. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you for being here. All right. All right. Rynette said it's smooth, warm, and smoky. She actually says she likes it with a thumbs up. Okay. But then again, she smokes cigars. So I'm pretty sure this would be, all of these today would be perfect with her cigar. Guaranteed. So Rynette, if you in a place where you can light up one, go on and light it up and just put in the comments how it complements your cigar. It probably tastes the same. All right. Okay, let me see if I miss anybody. Oh, we got Keith in here. Hey, Keith, how are you with the bourbon shop? How's it going? Thank you for coming in. All right. Oh, Timmy said, I think I can take it. Well, you can always come downstairs and taste it, honey, because, let the people see if you can take it. You talking a bunch of junk from 2 flights of stairs. You just come on down. Come on down. You're talking a lot of stuff. I don't see nothing. All right. All right. Now, let's get into the Aberfeldy. All right. Now, Aberfeldy is a single malt whiskey. It's a 12-year. It's a 12-year. Their distillery was actually founded by John Dewar and Sons. Everybody know about Dewars, right? Okay. Those of you, even if you don't drink Scotch, Dewars is a name that I'm pretty sure anybody that been in the liquor store has seen a Dewar bottle. Okay. They were founded in 1896 and opened in 1898. They're from the Highlands region. And basically they changed ownership in 1998 when the Dewar's estate was bought by current owners Bacardi Martini, who are their current owners now. So this is owned by Bacardi Martini as of today. Okay. You'd be surprised how those businesses change hands after a while. Single malt Scotch whiskey, also known as the Golden Dram, is what they call it. One fun fact about them is Aberfeldy's Barrels and Bees program partners with local beekeepers to find the best combination of honey, of whiskey and local honey. Of whiskey and local honey. So just so you know, they, I guess they do a little extra with finding the best whiskey and honey in their regions. And they don't really have a lot of options like different ones, but they do have different years of ages. They have 12-year, which is what we're tasting today, a 16-year, 18-year, and a 21-year. Something tells me that 21-year is probably the bomb. I would love to taste that one there. So let's go ahead and get into the Aberfeldy. Now, when it comes to the nose, the Aberfeldy doesn't give me too much peat as I thought it would.
When I opened this, it smelled like cognac.
Okay, so I'm not crazy. It does have a similarity of cognac, right?
It smelled like it to me.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, yes.
I like smoke.
If you put it close to your nose, I did.
I like the smell of it.
Just breathe in deep, Leo. One nostril to the other, because you do know
smell all of that, girl. My nose is clogged up, girl. This is enough to unclog you.
I'm gonna clog you. How about that?
Because each of your nostrils are going to give you a different smell. Because
the right I can smell it. That's why it's clogged up, but the left is not giving me anything. But it doesn't smell strong to me at all.
Yeah, it doesn't smell as strong as as smoky as the first one, like I thought it would.
Yeah,
maybe it's because it's aged longer.
We do like it when it aged longer, honey. Okay.
There's no smoke to it.
What do you think about the nose, TJ, Darryl?
Yeah, no, I don't smell nearly as much smoke as the other one.
Okay.
I don't smell smoke in this one.
Yeah, but Yolo was right on point. It does smell like a cognac.
It smells
now
kind of
this
like
is-
the Shay Shay.
Oh, now I have Shay Shay. I just replenished my bottle just because it was drunk and all, because I was sharing it out with people drinking it. But I actually like Shay Shay as just a sipping thing. Would I replenish it? Yeah. Do I think they could come down the price a little bit? Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Do I think it's worth $100? No, it's not. 60, I'll give you 60 for it, but I'm not, I'm not gonna give you $100 again. That's it. Just the first bottle, folks drunk it up, so I barely really enjoyed it. So this bottle is for me, and I'm not sharing it. So, but Daryl, what's your nose? Same thing? Not much, right? Does it smell like cognac to you?
Yeah, actually it does. I never would even thought about that, but yeah, it does.
YOLO hit it right on the nose with that one.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of cognac, so that's how I'm like,
oh,
that's the first thing that hit me. I was like, oh, this smells like cognac. Oh no.
I smell a hint of something sweet when I first.
Well, that's the reason, because it smelled like cognac.
Yes.
Let me see what Ronette says. She said, "I had a cigar before the live. We doing hookah now." Okay, well, you should be right on point and say, "Hey, I don't have a sample with that name." Yes, you do. You need to look in your bottles. Read the bottles. Have you been drinking already? You might have been drinking already.
Oh no, she did.
Aberfeldy, you should have that. You got that back about a month or so ago.
Mm-hmm.
So is it not the new bottles that you got for the next 2 months? The old bottles, the last shipment that I gave you. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this taste.
All right.
Let's see what it gives us.
Oh, what's that?
Whoo!
This has got some heat too.
I like this one.
Hey, I'm with you. This is it right here. This is the lick. I could finish the rest of this sample tonight. I'm all
YOLO
about
said
it.
she don't like it.
He said, let me at him. It hit me. Well, you heard me coughing. It hit me.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
Because it doesn't smell like it's going to hit you like that.
The
TJ
second
said he
and third
likes it.
sip is better.
You said the third sip is better for you?
No.
Watson got his thumbs up. Leo got his thumbs up. Okay, hold up.
This
Wait a
is
minute.
what I'm talking about.
I like this one.
Look,
Definitely over ice.
yeah, it could be chilled for me. I don't necessarily need this one over ice. But I see y'all getting grown over there, House of X. Y'all don't grew up from the Moscato and the vodka y'all be drinking.
Yeah, don't come for the vodka now.
Yeah, I know y'all love vodka.
This one is I like it, but I think I would have to add a hinge of either ice and a little bit of ginger ale.
Ginger ale.
Ginger ale.
Now you doing a mixture now, huh?
Mm-mm.
The ice is good. I put a piece of ice in mine, and it's better now.
You put ice in it? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
The ice is good. It cuts down on the heat.
Definitely.
Yeah.
See,
So
Tanya,
those
now you have
people-
me going to the store, Bevmo tomorrow, pick up a bottle of this.
Hey, that's the whole purpose of these tastings, is for you to taste something to see if you even want to spend that money for the bottle, right?
How much is that bottle?
That's right. There you go. You said you ready? That bottle gone.
Oh, I'm going to Bevmo tomorrow.
He going to the stove. He said he going to the stove.
Going to the stove.
That Daryl, what's your take on it?
I love this one. I love it. And again, I'm not a Scotch person, so then this is a different taste for Scotch for me. I didn't expect it to taste like this.
Yeah, I did not either. I assumed that it was going to be a stronger version of what I just tasted with
Right.
the fruit.
That's what I was expecting. It tastes like cognac to me.
Yeah, and it might be why Daryl and TJ like it.
Yeah.
Because it tastes like cognac.
Cognac, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Watson and Leo, they trying all new stuff. Those are vodka and Long Island iced tea drinkers. So and
Oh,
wine.
Monster, do you bougie?
They're expanding their palate. Yes, they're very bougie. Well, no, Long Island iced tea is not for the bougie. Long Island iced tea is for the folk that's trying to get turned up. Because trust me, Long Island iced
Oh,
tea has
no. Wait, you can't say Long Island iced tea anymore. We are strong.
Yes.
Long Island iced tea.
Yes. Yes. I made them one of my Long Island iced teas, which is actually my sister that's in the comments. Her mother-in-law gave me her recipe that she makes at the club, and she calls it the Strong Island iced tea.
Oh, wow.
So that is the only way I make it, and they loved it when they was here in Atlanta recently. So that now they're going to be going out thinking they're going to get the same thing, but they can't because they can only get it from me. So sorry you're going to be disappointed, fellas, but that's basically it. Let me see what Rodney said. She's doing hookah right now. Okay, she didn't say she's still looking for it, I guess. We got a couple of more people in the comments. See, Timmy said nobody wants to see Timmy fall down. You exactly right. So go on, stay in your lane, Timmy. Stay in your lane. Stay in the lane. Canadian whiskey and vodka is your that's your realm. Just go on and stay in there. Nettie says, I don't smoke, but I have started to drink Four Roses, but this appears to be far from that. Yes, this is Scotch, Nettie. Four Roses, it is a whiskey as well. It's just made with a different type of grain, so it's going to give you a different taste. So yes, Four Roses is a bourbon. Bourbon
is nice,
so it will give you a different flavor there.
Yeah.
Let me see. TJ said he likes Four Roses. He has it on his bar. Which Four Roses, TJ, do you have?
I'll have to go look.
Okay, no, you don't have to get up. I thought maybe it was like near you or something. Or,
oh no.
Hey Edna, how you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. Let me see. Nettie says we did a whiskey tasting at a restaurant near the house on Friday. A distillery out of La Crosse. Is that Wisconsin? Okay, but it was fun. Okay. Did you like it? Did you buy anything from there, Nettie and JT? Cruz Bolero saying hello. Love and Live show said the faces are hilarious. So everyone's looking at y'all faces right now. I'm sure they was laughing at Yolo's cough as soon as she digested it. So
that was instant, Yolo.
Yeah, that was instant. I guess her body was like, no cognac, retreat.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Scott, how you doing? Welcome in. Let me see. A drop of water can mellow out your drink as well. Correct. So as Nettie and Yolo stated, anyone else who's listening who may be in the bushes, anytime if the alcohol is too strong for you, you can add just a couple of drops of water, and it don't even take that much. Or you can just put if you're going to be sipping on it for a long while, just put in a block of ice, and it'll dissolve over time, and it'll slowly dissolve, and it'll lighten up that heat for you.
Yep.
Let me see who else here. Lenora says y'all faces are different from the responses. Enjoy watching. She said I need to try your iced tea. Oh, the Strong Island iced tea. You're gonna have to come to Atlanta for that. You gotta come to Atlanta for that one. Let me see. Timmy said, I think I can. TJ, don't come down here and embarrass yourself. You can come on down if you want to, but we about to get on the third one. But if you come down here, I'm going to make you taste the first and the second one too. So come on down if you froggy. Go on and leap now. Okay, they weren't selling anything, Nettie. Okay. All right, so let's get into our last one for the evening. And our last one for the evening is Johnny Walker Island Green. I thought, now they have a green. They have a Johnny Walker green, black, red, gold, all of those, and a blue. And the blue, I actually like the blue, but I just refuse to spend $300 to $400 for it. I'm sorry. I'm trying to look and find it for the low. Give it to me under 200 and maybe we'll talk about it. But I don't know, $300-400 for Johnny Walker Blue. It's just not worth it to me. Now, black is some good Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker Black is the bomb for me. So Johnny Walker Island Green, this one was founded in 1820, and this is just a little history about Johnny Walker itself. By Johnny Walker, who there was a grocer, owned a grocery store, sold spirits. You know, think of him as a little mini Walmart, you know, over in the Caribbean where they sell liquor and food and everything. And it was in the Islay region. And this one here is made with malt whiskeys. 3 different and it's from the four of the 6 regions. It's 4 of them. Islay, Kleinley. Oh, you decided to come on down, huh? Lord have mercy. Glenkeechee and Cardew. What are you doing? He done put on his Jack Daniels shirt too and everything. You gonna come down and be grown. Go on, get your glass.
What my glass?
In there. Go on, get a glass. Let folks see you squirm. It was intended to be sold exclusively in travel retail. So that's why it's very hard to find in the US or at your liquor store. I bought this on the cruise ship. I actually bought this on the Wonder of the Seas, actually. I bought this one on Wonder of the Seas. So just so you know, you won't get this in the liquor store. You most likely will probably find it on a cruise ship or somewhere on an island somewhere. And it's actually owned by Diego, owns Johnny Walker brand. Okay. It's their international corporate company that produces Scotch and a bunch of other spirits, tequilas, like Don Julio, all of those are up under Diego. So just so you'll know, this is not owned by Johnny Walker anymore. Is now owned by one of the bigger international corporations. And for those who don't know about their logo is actually, as you can see, just a little gentleman there just walking. And the top one to the right is what the original drawing was back in the 1800s. But this is what you see now in the bottom right. So it's evolved to 3 different logos. And the bottom right is what you see on the bottles today. And as you can see right there in the center at the top there, those are all of the Johnny Walker brands in different types that you can actually buy. The blue and the one in the middle and the white label, those are usually the ones that, you usually have to search for. There are some places that do sell them. I'm not saying that you can't get them. I'm just saying they're not just in every single liquor store. But the red, the black, and the greens are all, and the beige label, which is right next to the black in the back right there. You can find those in the liquor store every day. Okay, so with that stated, let's go ahead and get into this Johnny Walker, and I got TJ with me here.
I'm only here for the last one.
No. Because after this last one, while I'm letting them know what's coming up for the next in the next 2 months, you gonna sip these first 2. You came down here trying to be grown, so you gonna go ahead, be grown.
I'm only here for the last.
No, you gotta be grown. You want to be grown, be grown.
I'm only here for the last one.
No. Go on, show them. Give them a pretty timid moment.
Pretty timid woman. I said I didn't want to fall down the stairs. But
you sitting down. You
I
good.
might be falling up the stairs too.
You all right? Look, them 2 couches over there. Pull out the bed. You'll be all right if you can't make it upstairs.
But we got 3 sets of stairs. I got to get up. This is 3
You could
stories.
just crawl. You could crawl. You came down here. I didn't call for you. I didn't send for you.
Somebody in the chat said we want Timmy, and I said, all right.
No, that is not what they said. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Nobody. Nope. Because guess what? Everybody here know you are lightweight. They ain't asked for you with this liquor.
Moneybag said, "Come on down."
No, she didn't. No, she didn't. No, she did. Now let's go ahead with the nose, y'all.
Now this one smells like the first one, not so smoky.
Yeah.
Smell like foot and toe.
You know what?
Timmy.
Oh, Timmy.
We're gonna send you back upstairs.
Look, Scott said, "Go on and leap now." Scott, look, Scott giving you a warning. Go on and leap.
I stopped sucking on foot and toes in my 20s, so it's gonna be kind of hard for
Well,
me.
why you had to stop before you married me?
That's another story. I'm gonna sip this.
Anyway, let's get him back to this taste of him. So
I
what
smell
are
a
y'all
little
thoughts?
smoke.
So is it like number one? Y'all smell that smoke again? You smell the ashtray, like some people say?
It's not as bad as the first one, though.
Yeah, it's not as bad as the
Not as
first.
smoky.
Yeah.
Exactly. Not as bad.
Okay. Look at Leo. Leo face is saying all kinds of stuff.
Leo's nose is all turned
I
up.
know he got it all up in his nose.
No, because when I first smelled it, I didn't like the smell of it. I'm like, what are they talking about? I was like, well, let me put my nose in it and see if I can get another whiff.
And that's the purpose of a Glencairn glass, is because it funnels up to so you can put your nose to it to get the whole smell to it. All right, let's go ahead and taste this, y'all. We know it's a little less smoky than the first one.
Oh,
I like this.
I like it.
I like it.
I like it.
Oh my God.
I like this one better than the first. It's not as smoky as
Hold
the
on,
first.
let's try it
one.
again.
I can stick on this.
Darryl said he could sip on it. Yolo said thumbs up. TJ.
TJ.
TJ choking over there. You should have been choking on number 2.
Exactly.
Leo is a professional drinker.
It's not a pretty Timmy moment.
Not a pretty Timmy moment.
Not a pretty Timmy
Oh,
moment.
because I'm
Wait
not
till liquor.
calling
You
it
don't have
up.
to finish what you poured.
Man, I didn't pour it. You poured it.
But you came down here, so you get the same pour I got.
Then you said, go back upstairs, Timmy. That's what you said.
Finish that drink.
You said go back upstairs.
No, I didn't say that.
I thought you said
I
that.
said finish that, and then you can go back upstairs. There you go. What do you think, Leo Wonston?
This one for me would be my second choice. The one
Okay, so your first choice was the last one.
Yes.
Okay, Leo? What about you?
She cute.
She cute. Okay, now you done said 2 was cute. Okay.
I like the second one.
Okay.
I think it would be the second, then the first, then this. This is a little stronger.
A little too strong. You can
But
add
the
just a
first
little
one
water.
it was a little lighter.
Okay. Yeah, the smokiness was, and I mean, to me, it was still smooth. It may have been warm, but it was still smooth. TJ said, I don't know what y'all talking about. TJ like, TJ said, I don't care what the hell y'all talking about.
TJ, you open the right bottle? You open the right
Yes, I
bottle?
did. I did. Yeah, that did not agree to my palate at all.
Stop it.
Now, was that worse than the first one, TJ?
Yes.
Wow.
It's weird. The first one was smokier, but it was smooth. This one was less smoky, and you saw what it did to me. I was like,
well, you know what?
It definitely has
TJ,
a burn.
go get a little water.
Yeah.
Just get a little water,
warm.
put it in and taste it. I promise you. I
Right
promise
back.
you. Here you go. Look, I'm gonna pour you some too. I'm gonna pour you some water.
I agree. It has
Now go ahead
a
and
little
taste
bit more heat to it, but it's still smooth and
Yeah.
less smoky.
Yes, a little less heat, right? He still don't like it though.
all right, let's see.
Yep, just a little bit of water.
Daryl, did you think this one was had a lot of heat?
See?
Yeah, it has
TJ
a little,
said, okay.
a little bit more heat. Not a lot,
Yeah.
but there's a little bit more heat.
A little bit
Yeah.
more heat, less
Need a lot of
smoky,
water with it.
and still smooth.
Yes.
Yeah. See, the thing is, it's it was a little more heat, but it wasn't like an unbearable heat. For me anyway. It wasn't unbearable. But for those who don't normally drink Scotch, then some water in it is better. So TJ got his thumbs up for that one.
Yes, this one needed that little couple of drops of water
Yeah.
in it.
Okay. So it was just the heat for you, not the taste.
Yes.
But you still wouldn't buy it though.
No.
Okay. Yolo would probably buy it if she had it. But you probably have your favorite Scotch anyway, right, Yolo? What are your favorite 2 Scotches?
The only Scotch I've had outside of these, or the ones I've sampled, are Glenlivet.
Okay, yeah, those were the usual. And one of the things, the reason why I didn't get them to sit up, because I figured everybody had them. You know what I mean? Like, who hadn't tried a Glenlivet,
Yeah.
right? Or a Macallan, right?
Right.
You wager? Are you serious, Daryl?
I told you I'm just not a fan of Scotch. I was not a fan of Scotch.
Okay, so he's saying he was. He's trying. He's expanding his
Yeah, I'm
palate.
expanding.
Yeah.
I would drink 2 of these that we've tried today. If
Okay.
I would go out and buy them.
My favorite Scotch is 3M Take Invisible. 3M Invisible at Christmas time.
TJ, go upstairs.
You asked me what my
No,
favorite
you
Scotch-
want me to tell you to go upstairs. Go upstairs.
Go upstairs. I'm gone.
Bye.
I tried.
Bye.
I thought I could buy.
Bye. Bye.
3M.
I feel you on that one. I'm not a Scotch drinker.
Yes.
I'm a rum,
Gone.
flavored vodka, and a tequila person.
Yes, for flavored vodka.
Okay.
We want some straight up, just regular vodka, Kettle One. We don't want no flavors. We don't want nothing. Just Kettle One. That's the only. And Goose. Well, we have Goose because my husband drinks Goose, but that's all we have on the bar. It's Kettle One and Goose. That's it. And this is helpful because it gives you an opportunity to try other brands. And I love tequila and I love bourbon in most whiskeys. So that's right up my alley. A cognac, y'all can keep number 2.
Okay.
I'll keep
And if
that.
you don't
I'll
like
keep that.
cognac, then you probably don't like brandy either.
No, I'm not a
Or
big fan of
anything
brandy.
similar to brandy.
Not unless they mix it, unless it just comes mixed in a cocktail. Which I've had a couple cocktails that it was mixed with bourbon.
Okay. You know what? You should try a cognac margarita.
I think I have, and I'm not a fan.
Okay, they didn't make it
I've
right.
had it at,
They didn't make it right. They didn't make it right.
No, agave. I don't know if you've ever heard of agave down in off Boulevard. That was my favorite.
Oh,
that was my
okay.
cheers. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
They knew your
and
name.
the bartenders
They knew your
in
name
there,
when you walked in the
chef's
door.
kiss. Yeah, the bartenders in there, chef's kiss. They make them all the time. Everybody coming. I want cognac margarita. No, I don't want that. You can have your cognac. You can keep it. I don't want it. I don't like the smell and I don't like the taste.
Okay.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
All right. Well, don't worry, Daryl. I'll make sure I'll get some of them to taste, because I just figured I was trying to get stuff that yes, people may have, but like that is just so like Macallan and Glenfiddich is like, it is like so wide known. I'm like, that's just like me sending y'all some Hennessy. Really?
Yeah.
Y'all be looking at me like, man, who hadn't tried Hennessy? You know what I mean? So,
Right.
I mean, unless it's like some brand new release, it costing thousands of dollars, but I just want to let you know that I would not be sharing it out with you all. But so, but now that I know about that, when I have like my extras for my members and stuff, then I'll just make sure I keep you in mind, Daryl, when it comes to the Glenfiddich and the Macallan. Okay.
Appreciate that. Yes.
All right, let's see. The Bourbon Shop says you got 4 for JL Blue. Okay, so Keith, have you tried the blue Johnny Walker? We did a Johnny Walker tasting on our last cruise. They have black, 18, and a couple of others, but not the green. We blended our own whiskey out of the sample bottles. It was fun. Didn't buy anything. Okay, well, that's the whole purpose, is for it to be fun. Explore different things that you normally wouldn't buy yourself. Those are usually the best time to try stuff, especially when it's included in a tasting. You pay like this one price and you're getting these multiple tastings. You can also go to a bar or a restaurant, and if you see one, you can say, hey, give me a shot of that, and then taste it there, which is what I recommend for people before going out and buying a whole bottle of something that, especially depending to me, I feel that anything that costs over $30, taste it first. before you go out and just buy the whole bottle, because you might not like it and then it's sitting up there doing nothing. So Leo is a professional drinker too. That's Lenora. Leo, she says you're a professional drinker tonight. Hey Trap, how you doing? Welcome in. Let me see. Unfortunately, I grabbed the wrong ones to taste and I'm not home. Oh, okay. So I knew one. My fault. I knew I gave you bottles, but I'm enjoying watching y'all. Hey, guess what? You'll have it to taste tomorrow when you puffing on a cigar tomorrow at the experience event. So you'll be all right. You're going to taste it tomorrow. Scott said little water cut. Yep. Everybody's laughing. Nettie said, dig it. I like tequila and some rum, and I'm upset that there is no Ray and nephew around. I have a big, huge, look like a gallon jug up under my bar, Nettie, JT. When I use white rum in any of my cocktails on my channel, I'm using Ray and nephew. Because I done ran out the Bacardi and I'm not buying Bacardi. I'm just going to finish using Ray and nephew. But Ray and nephew is not for the weak. So just so you know, be careful with the Ray and nephew. They got a higher proof from what I understand, but they don't sell it here. You got to go to Jamaica for that. All right. Trap Vision said rip to TikTok. Trap, I could care less about TikTok. TikTok is fine. I know people got their TikTok stuff, but guess what? Instagram is still there. There's other platforms and stuff that's out there. But yes, TikTok was the best shorts little thing you could just scroll through, and it was very addictive. Next thing you know, 3-4 hours done passed, and you done looked at every TikTok dance there is out there, and all kinds of skits. So actually, is addictive. So I'm not going to say I'm glad it's gone, because there's a lot of people who actually, was monetized on TikTok and did very well on TikTok because it got a lot of views. But
they have a corporate office out in California.
What'd you say?
Oh, I'm sorry. They have a corporate office out in California.
Do they? Now, is it down there in Silicon Valley?
I'm not sure where it is. I just know there's one there.
Okay, so which one is down there with Google? That's Facebook. Is Instagram down there too? TJ, you in California. Go on, speak up.
Well, Facebook's in Silicon Valley. I'm not sure about TikTok.
Okay. I thought maybe they was in it. It said people lost out with their businesses. Oh, well, that's true. When it comes to social media, if your business is based on one platform and social media and you don't have control over it, you should have a backup plan. I'm just hoping people have a backup plan, and hopefully they can take all of their followers and stuff and tell them they're moving someplace else, and hopefully they'll be fine, with that. But yeah, that is sad for those who rely on TikTok for their businesses. But I just believe in, unless you own it and how it's marketed and how it's getting out, you always got a plan B. That's just how I look at it. But okay, everybody. So based on what we tasted this evening, Yolo, I'll start with you. What was your number 1, 2, 3? Or maybe it's just a number 1, or maybe it's a 1, 2, or maybe it's nothing. But what's your favorite?
The number 3.
Okay.
Number 3, then number 1, and then number 2.
Well, you said number 2 you didn't like, so there is no number 2. You just got.
Well, I drink it with some water over ice.
Okay. If that was all was available, but you ain't asking.
We don't waste.
That's true. That's true. But you're not gonna ask for it though. But you're not gonna.
No,
buy it.
I'm not gonna ask for it. No, I wouldn't order it, and I'm not gonna buy it. Right.
Okay. Would you keep any of these on your bar at home?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Number 3 and number 1.
Yes, number 3 and number 1.
All right, TJ. What about you?
Number 2. I'm going to the store tomorrow getting that.
Okay. All right. And the other two, you like, no.
Number 3, I can do with the water thing that that I did, a couple of drops of water. I could do that. That made it easier and more tolerable. So yeah, I can do number 3, and I can put that on the bar. Number 1 gets no play here. It's just too smoky, no ash. It's just too much ash, and did not like it.
I bet you like it with eating it with a steak, though. I guarantee you. Let me tell you something. And this goes with, how they always saying you pair some of your spirits and your wines with food. Yes. A lot of that has to do with sometimes the food, creates a different flavor with what you're drinking. Of course, that's assuming that you're actually eating the food and actually consuming the drink, right?
Right.
So I think that if you, like with the smoky flavor, just like you said, you grill. Right. I've seen some of your videos, you grill. So the next time, I don't know I'm sure you have some left because you don't like them.
Right.
So the next time you smoke your meat and you eat your smoked meat, go ahead and sip some of that while you're chewing on it. And then come back to this video in the comments and say, or text me or whatever and say, you know what, I tried that. I actually like that together with the meat. But by itself, it may not be something that you like.
I will let you know tomorrow because I plan on grilling tomorrow before football, and I'll let you know because I'll try it.
Okay. Well, let me know. Let me know. All right, Daryl. What are your number 1, 2, 3s, or just 1, 2, or just a 1?
Yep, there's just 2. The first one, nope, that was just too smoky, way too smoky for me. But the Aberfeldy is number 1 for me. And then the Johnny Walker, surprisingly, I will definitely try to. That's something that I will sip. So my next cruise, I'm going to be looking for that. Actually,
okay,
I know we can get it here,
and you'll probably find it. You'll probably find the island green, especially if the boat is going to a Caribbean area or whatever. I can't say you're going to see it if you go into Alaska. You might not find it, but I'm sure if you're going to the Caribbean islands or whatever, or maybe even international over to like Europe or the UK or something like that, you might find it there too. But are any of these would you keep on your bar at home?
The Aberfeldy, yes, definitely.
Okay,
because I know I'll drink that one. The Johnny Walker, depending on the price, maybe.
Right, yeah. Now, actually, this Johnny Walker was it was not $100 because I did not get it for $100. I think maybe it was 50 something, if I remember correctly. It was not a high dollar bottle at all, which is why I got it. So that was fine. House of X, what are your thoughts? What's your number 1, 2, and 3, or maybe just a number 1, or maybe just a number 1 and 2?
Okay. So that's what we're going on. Number 2, okay, she gonna let the party. That's what we need.
Right? Number 2 gonna be at the party, okay.
Number 1 is my personal. Ain't nobody around. It's been stressful there. I just want something to relax me for that second. Number 3, we going with the steak, okay? Give me the steak, and we rocking with number 3. So that's what I'm gonna do.
So you like all 3 of them just for different purposes.
There you go. See, I see you. You see me.
Okay. Wanston, what about you?
2 and
number 2 you like.
That's called 3, honey.
3. So it'll be 2 and 3.
2 and 3. Okay, you actually like number 3. I think you biased to number 3 because it's from your Caribbean hometown. That's what I think. Just because the name said Island Green.
Yes, Island Green. It's okay. It's not something I would like be my first choice.
Okay, but you like number 2.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Number 2's with that. She gonna start the party.
Okay. Number 2 gonna start the party. Okay. And then when you get too lit and don't know what you're drinking, then that's when number 1 or number 3 come in.
Oh, I always know what I'm drinking, honey. Okay.
Because let me tell you something. I tell people all the time. They come to. So I don't know if my sister's still in here, but she used to just be a Moscato drinker. for wine, right? And she started coming with me to wine club for a while. I would say maybe for about almost a year. And it was every Thursday was wine club. And in wine club, you tried different ones. And then people bought bottles and then they shared it with everybody, right? So by the time you left, you drunk a bottle of wine. I don't care whether you bought it, you meant to taste it or not. Before you walked out the door, you drunk a bottle of wine before you walked out the door. And I would say after about 3 months, she went from Moscato to Malbec. Now you can't get her from Malbec. So what I found was the more she drank at wine club, the more her palate, I don't know whether it was desensitized, but she started to expand and try a bunch of other stuff, which allowed her to say, okay. So then after that, she was fine with it. So sometimes that's what needs to happen. So
Yes,
anyway.
I agree.
All right, everybody. Well, before we go, I just wanted to let you know the upcoming tastings that are coming, and you all should have February. You all should have February and March at your homes already. If not, please let me know. But next month, all of the month of February, whether I'm doing cocktails, spirit scrutiny, and our tasting, I'll be focusing on Asian spirits. That's from Korea, China, Japan, cocktails, and even additional spirits that are made in Korea, China, and or Japan on my spirit scrutiny. So you all should have something for Korea. You all, for the members, you all should have something from China, and you all should have something from Japan. So those are the samples that you all have. And then March, we'll be doing Uncle Nearest, but it's the Uncle Nearest ones that you can only get at the distillery. So those are the ones that I sent to you all. The Nearest Green is the newest one that came out. Then we have the Master Blend that you can only get from the distillery, as well as the single barrel one that you can only get from the distillery because it's over 100 proof. So just want to let you know, those are the ones coming up. And those of you listening, because I see how many people are watching, but they're not in the comments. So you in the bushes, you want to be a part of this, go ahead and join the membership, whiskey or champagne level. And you have to make sure that you're at least a member for at least 1 or 2 weeks before any samples get sent out to you. So with that stated, how did everyone enjoy the tasting tonight? You like it? Good.
You got me thinking about drinking more Scotch.
Oh, I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing. I don't know.
Trying Scotch, not drinking more, just trying it. Because I've had a bad experience. It just was way too smoky for me. So now I'm going to try to expand it and just try to taste more. And just there's a niche in there for me. I just need to find it.
Okay, well that's good. Well, that's the whole purpose of me doing this, is because that's how I got it. I started with expanding wine since 2014, and I was going to tasting every Thursday. But in addition to that, I started doing different spirits. So I found that as I did different spirits, I'm like, oh, well, it's expanding my palate for different things. So as of today, not that I'm embarrassed to say, but I've tried probably since in the last 11 years, maybe, I think my app says 900 and something different wines the last time that I checked, but it helped me just for me to know that Malbec is my number one, period, point blank. Malbec's my number one. It's consistent. It's the same. It's all from Argentina now. Previously, it was in France and Argentina. France couldn't keep it because it would be rancid in the bottle after a while. But Malbec to me is the one red wine that is consistent. There's a lot of other red wines that are not consistent, like Cabernet Sauvignon. You can make it all over the United States and it does not taste the same. You have to know who the maker is. I don't care about the maker. Just I want to know the grape, and then that's what I'm going to get. So Malbec is my one, but my whole thing is to share the things that I've learned with everyone else to expand your palate. So when you do go to restaurants and stuff, you know what to drink and that you're not just drinking anything and no one could just give you anything. You can actually say, do you have this, this, or this? And if they don't, then just get you some ginger ale or some juice. And that's just how I look at it. So I'm glad you're expanding your palate, Daryl. Take one last look at the comments, and then we're going to go. What they say? Love and Live said, hello, Trap. The one I tasted was Trap. TJ, stop. You ain't had to put that comment in there. It wasn't trash. You just couldn't take it. Ronette said, yep, I became grown. Yes, you did. You was grown. Now all we see is Mal back on your bar at the house. Korea, yes, Scott. Yes. We will be tasting Korea during the membership tasting there. So it's going to be all Asian spirits during the month of February. Nettie and T said, can't wait to see more of this. Thanks. I'm glad you enjoyed. Okay, everybody. Well, you all have a good evening. Thank you all for being here, and I'll see you next month. See you. Bye.
For the real one. Have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real ones. For the real ones. For the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real one. For the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. For the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Yeah. Have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real. For the real ones. For the real ones. Have a toast for the real. Have a toast for the real.